We got Ozempic right now with a $2 billion lawsuit going on. I haven't looked at the video yet, but I saw the title. We're going to see what this is about. I know a lot of people who took Ozempic when it first came out. A lot of celebrities was, I think they've been using it, but when it got to the public, it was very popular. I know some people who used it. And I know y'all like that the cheap way to get it, the fast way to get it. But at the same time, I think it's always worth it to take the long route. I will always encourage people to go to the gym, eat healthy. But a lot of people want that fast, the fast way. Let's get into the story, y'all. And y'all know you hit that subscribe and ring that bell and hit that like. I will leave my comments at the end and see what's going on. I may stop it one time through the video, but we're going to see.
Ozempic has exploded in popularity as both a diabetes and a weight loss drug, but now it's at the center of a legal blowback kind of situation. More than 1,800 lawsuits have been filed over adverse side effects, with the liability estimated at more than $2 billion. Our legal expert, Whitney Traylor, is here to break this down. So let's talk first about the claims against Ozempic.
Yeah. So we went back to school. So all these 1L students that just started law school, you're going to be learning about this stuff. This is a civil tort is what we're dealing with. So this is product liability, complex civil litigation, mass tort liability. And essentially they're saying that, hey, you marketed this drug and you they're claiming that they downplayed the potential harm that it would cause, and it's causing these very severe side effects. And so people are now bringing these lawsuits. There's a bunch of, if you go online, you'll see a bunch of law firms just highlighting this case in particular. And actually it was over 1,800, but as of this morning, I think it's 2,100. So there's been another 300 cases just in the last week.
So it's growing rapidly. How are the damages decided? Is it individually based? Do they look at the side effects? Like how does that even get decided on?
Yeah, well, that's why we have a jury system. And so the jury actually looks at that and they will decide a number of different factors. So, there's a number of terrible side effects. Some people are going blind. They're having intestinal issues. They're digestive issues, just some really severe type of issues. And the jury will come back and decide and say, hey, we think this is what it's worth.
Do y'all see that? Y'all heard what he said? Some people going blind, digestive issues. Do you think just because you took that medicine to make you skinny and you eat the same way that nothing's going to happen? I tell y'all, man, that fast way is not really the best way. Slow down. Earn it. 21,000 cases that they have that people are suing Ozempic. Okay. I didn't like it, but at the same time, y'all want that fast weight loss. So this is what's happening.
And so you have to calculate both the physical damage, the emotional distress, the loss of consortium. Then if people can't go to work, their lost wages, if they can't provide for their family. So it's going to be different for different folks depending on the severity of their
Does it matter how many people join the lawsuit? I mean, I've always wondered about that.
Right.
Great point. Sometimes you get like $25. Like sometimes you'll get something from the phone company. Yep, you're due $20. You know.
Yeah, that's a great point, because the ultimate settlement might be millions or even billions. But you make a good distinction. That's really a class action lawsuit, where there's going to be one settlement.
Which is different.
This is different. This is called multi-district litigation, which is similar in that a lot of the cases are being consolidated actually in the Eastern District of Pennsylvania, and then they're going to go through sort of a one discovery process. So they're going to have a bunch of experts and they're going to figure out a lot of that, but then the cases can go forward individually. So there still will be a number of folks who have individual claims, and some of these damages they're saying are permanent, and so they're estimating 300, 500 grand. Some will be worth less. The people who lost their vision, I think they're saying over $1 million. So it's going to depend.
How do you
on
put
each
a
case.
number on your vision, or any of these cases? Right? It's going to depend on that individual, but how does it work where if there's somebody that's affected right now, how do they know that they're even eligible?
Right. So one, they'll have to have had the prescription. Then they'll have to have had some of these symptoms, which, as I said, they're very serious: intestinal blockage, persistent vomiting and dehydration, gallbladder inflammation, pancreatitis, kidney injury, all these type of things. So you'll have to go, and you're going to have some doctor support. These are expert, intense lawsuits, right? And so you have those issues. And then if you're within the statute of limitations, which is going to depend on what state you're in, but generally that's 1 to 3 years, then you'll be a candidate. And if you go, if you just Google this lawsuit, if some of you are actually thinking about it, like I said, there's so many law firms that take it, and they have a frequently asked questions page. So the information is out there, very easy to obtain.
So is there a time frame, and then when does this thing move forward? What's the next step?
I don't think we're going to see any cases actually go to trial before 2026. They're in the discovery phase now. Okay. Yes, as my mom likes to say, the wheels of justice turn slowly.
Yeah, they do.
But they do turn. Most of these kind of cases settle. But of course, Ozempic is fighting it. They're saying, hey, we didn't promise these things. They're calling it puffery. That's a legal term of art, where it's like, this is the greatest car you'll ever drive. They don't actually mean that. That's what's called puffing or puffery. So they're gonna fight it. They're gonna fight with the experts. It will still likely settle because it's going to be so expensive to go forward, and there's going to be so many litigants. But there's something called the single recovery principle. So if you have negative impacts 15 years from now, you can't keep suing over and over. So that's up to your lawyer and the doctors to say, hey, I think you're going to have these long-term effects. So you get one opportunity, one bite at the apple, and now is your time. So probably we'll start seeing cases go to trial next year if they go, but I think there's a high probability of settlement.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Wow. Well, they've made a lot of money. So
true.
If they're looking at $2 billion in damages, yes.
I think they're good for something. So. Thank you.
Right.
So, my people, y'all see what's going on. If you have any family members that's out there that took Ozempic, make sure they go to the hospital and get checked out. You heard what he said. If you have long-term meaning if you sued them at the moment and you get your $5,000, your $10,000, but you still being hurt in the process as time keep going on and it get worse, you can't sue them anymore. That's on you. Now, actually, is it really worth it to take this drug? It was never worth it to me. A lot of people jumped on this bandwagon because it was the hot new thing. The celebrities taking it. This is how they stay fit. But then look what happened. People are going blind. And that might not be the worst thing. Like he said, you don't know what's going to happen in the next 10 years to people who took this product. People want to lose weight so fast. They want to look fine all their whole life, but they don't want to do the work. They just want a pill. They want a shot. Y'all don't want to do it the right way. The fact that it's over 2,000 people that's suing the company and it's just starting, meaning it's going to be a lot more people coming. Maybe some of your family members out there. But y'all make sure y'all get them checked out. And if you do have an issue, you better make sure you go for the biggest settlement that you can, because you can have long-term issues over time. We don't know what's going to happen. And for the people who didn't take it, who's thinking about taking it, please think twice. Is it worth it? It's supposed to cure diabetes, but you're still eating things that cause diabetes. It doesn't make sense to me. It's hard to do God's work. Meaning eat healthy. Treat yourself right. It's easy to be toxic. That's why most people do it, because it's easy. I mean, y'all get yourself together, man. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all. And bless y'all too, man, because a lot of people need some blessings out there. Sugar Rich Uncle Mike. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like, subscribe, and ring that bell. We're going to keep coming with this content. Y'all know how it goes, man. Until next time, y'all stay blessed.